Again, please. Yes. Okay, good. So, you have already heard so many eminent speakers here who gave the good insights about international business, exports, global marketing. So, with me, you are going to just understand, not learn. It's not a good learning session because with 30 minutes I have only 30 minutes here. So I want to deliver the framework for export marketing. You already heard some good data, some good insights from other eminent speakers. So this is the National MSME Congress, which is organized by the FIEO. So thanks to FIEO for inviting me to share my thoughts with all this good audience. So my name is Nand Jee Singh. I am the co-founder and managing director of EXIM Clinic. I am CII certified SCM professional. I have written a book, The Intelligent Exporter. So some part of this PPTs and the presentation, you will see the content of this book also. But not all, some. So today's session for me is effective strategy on how to enter an international market. So what is the agenda? So today's agenda is, it's an 8-point agenda. International marketing, it is more than selling. Selection of target market. Modes to enter in foreign markets. Developing effective export marketing plan. Who will be your target customer? Transaction are personal. People buy from people. And case study. And obviously we have a 10 minutes for question answer session, post this session. So we will discuss some questions, we will take the questions from you good people. So the first topic is international marketing. It is more than just selling. So I want to ask a question from you good people. What is marketing? Can anybody tell me? This session is going to be interactive. केवल मैं ही नहीं बोलूंगा, सुनूंगा भी. So what is marketing? Anybody?
To present our products or services.
Sorry?
To present our products or services.
Yeah, good. Anyone else?
To identify the demand and how to fulfill that demand to develop that strategy.
Okay, good. So the marketing is the art and science to find the prospect. That is the main goal of the business. You must find the prospect. That means your future customer. In nutshell, again I am telling, the marketing is very big subject, very wide subject. It could not be covered in even the 3-day session, and I have only 30 minutes. So precisely I want to present before you. So now the question is, what are the prospects? What do you understand by the prospects? Opportunity?
Who has having a wish to and ability to buy the products.
Great, sir. Really. The person who are more interesting in your offer. Not everybody. Please note this word. The people who are actively interested to buy your offer. Thank you. Thank you for guiding me. So there is a saying, and please remember, don't mix marketing with sales. These two words are different. Marketing is different, sales are different. So again, please guide me. How these two words are different than each one. We already discussed the marketing. Now the turn is for sales. So what is sales? It's a pin of service.
Actually execution of the transaction.
What, market or sales?
Sales.
Sales. Okay, that's great. Anyone?
Sales is the end user or the buyer of your product.
Sales is the
End user or buyer of your product.
okay. Okay. Somehow agree. Thank you. So marketing and sales is getting noticed. If you are not visible in the market, no one knows about you. Who are you? Nobody knows. So the marketing is to getting noticed, and the sales is closing the deal. You are right, closing the deal. Okay, let's move forward. So this is a saying, people will pay attention, but on what? Please read this line. Somebody told this line. Whenever I go for a run, people ask me about my shoes. They don't ask me because they are fashionable. No, they ask me because my shoes are weird. Just see, have a look on these shoes. Why people notice these shoes? Because the design of these shoes is itself a marketing campaign. Unique. It's a Vibram 5-finger shoes, and the photo credit is from the website of Vibram also. You got the point? So this is get noticed. So just find such kind of the weird thing in your business also. Why the person, let's say, what we assume? We assume that we poke any kind of the buyer and the buyer will start buying from me. But why? Why he shift from their existing supplier to you? You have to find out the good reason. So being remarkable is the best way to attract attention. You have to find out in your business whether you are in a product business or a service business. So the best way to get noticed in your buyer's mind, focus on end result. Just see this example. Most women don't buy a $25 tube of lipstick for its color alone. They buy it because they believe it will make them more beautiful and desirable, not for the cost. So what is the end result? Beautiful and becoming beautiful and desirable. In the same way, most college students don't pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to Harvard or Stanford or Yale just to sit in a class. They go because they believe if they take a study from this university, they perceived as a sophisticated, intelligent and powerful. So this is the end result. So you have to find such kind of the end result in your business. So what is your focus area? Are you focusing on sell your product? Are you focusing on sell your product? Tell me yes or no. मैं आप लोगों से पूछ रहा हूँ. Yes? Please raise your hand. Great. But if you are selling your product only, believe me, your customer will, you may sell one time to them, but not again and again. So what you have to do, you have to focus on client requirements. What your clients really want to buy. They don't buy the product. They want to buy value. So don't try to sell your product. Try to sell some kind of the value within it. And you have to understand what really your buyer want to buy. And then you make money. Dollar, that's the most powerful currency of the world. Okay. So marketing goal is to deliver solution. So if you add value with product and services, so it will become a solution. So when you offer to your buyer a solution, your buyer will buy it. Definitely they will buy it. But if you want to sell your product only, maybe hundreds and thousands of the supplier or vendors daily approaching to them to buy the product, to sell the product. But why your buyer just pay attention on your mail, on your product? You have to find a good reason. And you have to assess within your business that whether you are providing a value, solution or goods. So better to focus on solution. And you have to realize that they are going to buy not a product, but they are going to buy a solution. So now we understand what is the value delivery. So what is the value delivery? Order processing. You have to deliver the orders on time. So you have to focus on the processing of this order. And now put it on time in full. 2 पीस नहीं आया भेज दो, देखेंगे बैग पेनल्टी लगाएगा चलेगा, $10 काट लेगा चलेगा. In next consignment we will send, but not now. But what it will do? It will degrade your reputation. So you have to send on time in full. And troubleshooting, you have to focus on that. Each and every product, even in the Boeing is also running 1 ppm. That means 1 parts per million. So Boeing also producing 1 part defective in 1 million. So you have to focus on the troubleshooting also in your business. Let's say you buy a ticket to fly from here Delhi to Dubai and somebody whispering on your ear, don't sit, this is the 1 ppm Boeing. What you will do? Now you know that this is a defective piece of Boeing airplane. So you are not going to board on it. तो आपके प्रोडक्ट में भी तो हो सकता है ना ऐसा. Why you are selling such kind of the product? And even you sold it, so you have to find the troubleshooting. How you solve the problem of your buyer and customer support. We always miss it. So anybody can help me to differentiate between commodity and product. So what is commodity and what is product? It's a very confusing words.
Commodity is anything that you manufacture. Product is anything which has some value added.
And product is
Something which has some value added in it. Some predefined value, some predefined set of values.
any example please? To just make them understand. I already learned, so I know.
Commodity is like some, you go to any normal store, you buy some gulab jamuns. A product is something when you particularly say that Haldiram ka gulab jamun, and there is something.
Very good example, sir. Very good example. Appreciable. So what do you feel, what you buy, what you hold on your hand, it's a commodity. But what you feel inside that store, this is the product. Really appreciable. Please clap for me. So you have to feel on the product. You have to just give attention on the product, not commodity. Everybody is selling commodity, but not product. Just if you just go inside any mobile shop, you buy a mobile shop, or you already felt in your life. आप किसी शॉप पे गए, आप 4 आइटम पूछ रहे हो, और थोड़ी देर के बाद वो बोलता है, सर लेना है तो लो नहीं तो जाओ. I think you'll never go again on that shop. So for this, to provide the value addition to your customer or a solution, you have to do some SWOT analysis in your business. I think many people and everybody knows about that, but you have to do something good. When you analyze it, you have to just sift weaknesses into strength and threats into opportunity. So this is some kind of examples of SWOT analysis. And please do this SWOT analysis for all countries. So again, I remember that Mr. Anvwar already told that one shoes does not fit to all. So you have to do this SWOT analysis for all your targeted countries. Now, how to select the target market? So these three criteria is very important while selecting the target markets. The market should be very attractive. It gives the sustainable success, and your business will be profitable there. So you have to follow 3 steps process while selecting the target market. Selection of appropriate market, evaluation of market attractiveness, and develop market penetration strategy. So just see this graph. This graph is related to one case study. I'm telling here, I will just discuss this case study in hypothetical manner. One person who is selling domestically want to export from India. It's a tea. He wants to export tea from India. So he Googled and searched the top 10 tea importing countries in the world. So he found these 3: Russia, United Kingdom, and Saudi Arabia with the data. Russia is in top 1, second one is the United Kingdom, and Saudi Arabia is the third one. And he starts sending proposals to the prospects. All targeted prospects, but no result. After some days, he tried so many months, but he did not get any result from that. Why? Sorry? Yes. So what was wrong with Mr. Export? Where did he miss? This is the data, you have to just see. Russia has declined the tea export by 30.4%. Despite Russia is importing, it's a handsome quantity. Again, it's a top country in the world. UK is declining by 11.1. Saudi Arabia is declining 7.5. But he missed these 3 countries. Number 4 is Vietnam. And what is the demand? Demand is rising by 2,622%. At the same time, same year. Hong Kong, 162%. Demand is rising. China, 77% in tea consumption. So for Mr. Export, what will be the right countries? I think all these 3. So while you selecting the target markets, you have to focus on it. So this is called 3-dimensional matrix. You have to follow this matrix while you are selecting the target markets for new product, for modified product, for existing product. Even for each product, you have to take care of all these 3 markets. For existing markets, for customer segment 1, 2, 3. For new markets in same free trade area, you have to think about that free trade area, that means free trade agreements. Let's say you are in the ASEAN part, your country, you are an exporting country, or your country will be part of any free trade area. So if you find any buyer within that particular free trade area, you will be get benefited. Because the importing duty of each country, each part will be reducing or either 0. So what are the modes of market entry? There are 3 modes: export modes, intermediate modes, and hierarchical modes. So let's see all modes. Export modes are direct export. You have to connect with the foreign clients directly. Either you have to rely on the distributor and dealers. And for indirect exports, buying house, offices, or brokers, you have to deploy agents. You have to just contact with the commission agents. And my recommendation is to study the Nutella case. Nutella is invented in Italy. Now it is manufacturing. They have the manufacturing unit in Germany, and you will find this brand in all shelves worldwide, even in China. So you must study of Nutella case. The next one is the intermediate modes. There are two types of intermediate modes. One is international licensing, international licensing, international franchising, contract manufacturing, and piggyback. Have you heard this name, piggyback? Anybody? I think all these three words or sentences you heard, no? You well know. What about the piggyback? Piggyback is that I am a bad person, so don't laugh me. Selling hair oil and just combining this bottle with corn. So this is called piggyback. Let's say you are exporting car. So Maruti or the Toyota does not produce tire, but a car consists with the tire, steering, so many types of other accessories, and this car consists too many brands also. So piggyback means association of the different brands without hampering each other business. It's a brand promotion. While मैं भी लगाता हूँ. And hierarchical modes is FDI, foreign direct investment. This is affiliates or associate. You have to just make affiliates, associate. You may also seeking some kind of the investment from the foreign companies. So these are heavy investment area and subsidiaries. So how to develop export marketing plan? These are the 9 steps you have to follow to develop an export marketing plan. Number 1, define the business and its position. So you have to be very specific and ask this type of question in your business. So what product am I selling or planning to sell? Be specific. Are those premium coffee beans for the middle class? So middle class is very specific questions, not coffee beans. Are those stones, slab for manufacturing, countertops or floor? Are those fresh fruits for wholesaler, distributor, retailers or direct consumers? Are those textile products for manufacturing chains? So you have to be very specific. Please ask such kind of questions for your business if you are planning for international business. Number 2 question is, in the same step, who exactly is my customer? Be specific, whether it is men, women, what is their age, what kind of they belong from the income group, what is their buying habits, whether you are producing goods for the companies or for private customers. You have to ask such questions. Question 3 is, why does your customer need your product? It's a very important question. Why not others? Why you only for them? Whether your product is going to make their life easier, whether your product is going to solve them some kind of the problem, or they are very passionate about your product, like iPhone, like high-end vehicles, passenger cars. Number 4 question is, what are the customer's main requirement? It's a drill down. How often a customer needs your product and how can you reach to your customer? The step 2 is, select 2 or 3 possible markets for export, online and offline. There are 2 modes. You may also search the possible markets online and also offline. FIEO is the platform whether you can find your customer online and offline both. You may, if you have the agency of the FIEO or any other EPC, Export Promotion Council, you visit there, you contact them, they have the bids, they have the requirements, you will get all this information from there. Then you have to do export market research. Analyze the niche market through primary data and secondary data. And then analyze the competition. It's very important. You have to analyze your competition. That means possibly your competitors have a good sales process, have a good marketing team, have a skilled persons there, have a branch office there, representative office there. There are so many things, including logistic and distribution strategies. Step 5 is knowing the shipping cost and mode of deliveries. This is totally different than the domestic business. Let's say your buyer places an inquiry, export order to you, it's FOB Mumbai. So what will you quote and how will you quote? Or CIF, let's say CIF France, CIF Havre Port France. So how will you quote them? Do you have any idea? Yes or no?
Presently what we are doing, we are asking our customer that what will be charges, custom duty charges, so and so charges there, or through our CHA counterpart there.
It's for DDP, sir, but not CIF. Okay, but please keep continuing.
Yes.
Okay, you ask the duty.
Yes. Duty plus charges, whatever the charges are applicable there.
Okay.
And logistic charges from there.
Okay.
So for CIF we ask our counterpart of our CHA from there.
Okay, that's great. But you have to focus on the destination part very importantly.
Definitely.
It's a very important thing, but because you don't have any control over there. Okay. So step 6 is knowing the customer formalities, taxes and duties. Already sir told me. And step 7 is identify proper distribution channel for last mile delivery. If you are going to hire channel partners, if you are going to serve private clients, let's say end consumer, so you must assess how are you going to deliver your product in the hand of each and every target customer. It's a private customer means end consumer like us, individuals. Step 8 is assess the needs for establishing a company or operating office abroad if needed. If it is needed, you have to assess what is the cost to open a branch office there or a representative office, and draw conclusion, analyze and make the decisions. So what will be your target customers? It's a very simple for B2B companies and B2C and consumers. So your marketing strategy will be accordingly defined. For companies, your marketing strategy will be different than the private customer, B2C customers. Generally for the companies, you have to analyze this. If you want to choose the companies, you have majorly 4 options. Either you choose on sales turnover or employee size or brand or establishment. For European countries, you will never get exact figure of the sales turnover, but you may get the employee size if you are on LinkedIn. So I recommend please use LinkedIn. It will be very helpful to target B2B customer, not B2C. For B2C, you have to analyze whether their gender, their age, their income, their buying habits. Let's say your target customer age is more than 70 or 75 years. So they are the old customers. So they are not very fond of to read email. They are not on social media. So how you are going to target them? They rely on the print media. They rely on the mail, envelopes, letters, not emails. So you have to think their income and buying habits. So people buy from people. What does it mean? Okay. Anybody else? It means that you will not buy product, you will buy emotion. And from now onward, when you go outside from there, you will feel it. You buy emotion. So face time is very critical. In your business, whether you are a senior person or the junior person, please set the strategic position for regular visit to your customer, either physically or virtually. It will help because you will tell your customer that now, sir, we have very improved customer care service. Now we upgraded our technology. Now we have upgraded our logistic and distribution systems. It will give a cost advantage for your business. So it is very crucial. You have to visit there regularly, but not for all the employees. It's a strategic decision for the key positions area. From obviously the marketing and sales person will regular visit, but for all persons like production head, some technical person, from R&D team also, they will demonstrate what the new product you are going to develop. So there is a case study. Transparency builds trust. This is the case study of the Intel. You heard the name of the Intel? You all have the processor, Intel, Pentium, now it's i5, i7. So in 1994, there is a small issue. The Intel has found a small issue in their Pentium processor. And this issue resulted in the incorrect calculation of the processing within the computer. What they did, they have taken the decision at that time. They recalled all the processor at their cost. Already you heard that from car industries. So many car manufacturers, they are recalling their units. And in 1994, they had spent $500 million by recalling all these defective pieces. But accidentally they built a good and important marketing campaign. It was created a transparency for this business. And now Google and Salesforce, they are following this procedure. At that time, Mr. Andy Grove was the CEO. He has taken such decision to recall all the semiconductor processors, and now you will not rely on the AMD, but now Intel. You rely on Intel, not AMD. You feel it. So thank you. That's it from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Singh, for the wonderful presentation.